And we're back now live in Chicago with the man of the hour. Natalie, got a chance to talk to you when you did the first walk. How difficult was this blindfold?
You know what? I think you probably saw me shaking like a leaf. That wire was shaking underneath me, and I just wanted to make it to the other side. I wasn't going to think twice. I was getting on the wire. I'm going.
There were a lot of different factors here too that you train for, but you never know until you step onto that wire. For example, not having the megaphone on hand, and then that pinging noise that you were relying on. Did that help you?
That's right. The pinging noise is something that came in the last day of practice in Sarasota. I said, you know what? I need to add something. So I went online and I found a couple pings, and I was like, that'll work. But it definitely helped. And the big thing is the intimidation factor. When you walk up to the edge of the building, look down 600 feet, say, I'm going to do this blindfolded, and there's winds, and even though the winds were light, and praise God for that, there's winds, and even hearing them, it's extremely intimidating. So that's the hardest part of what I do, is waiting to go. It's like, I want to go, I want to get on that wire, I want to get across the other side, that way I know that I'm crossed and I'm safe. But I'm so thankful for all the training that I was able to do. I trained immensely in Sarasota. I talked about it on that wire, and the prep, being prepared for whatever I would face, and clearly it paid off. You saw me walk right across that incline wire. There were some times where I had some strong gusts of wind. There was times where there's some crosswinds, and it was definitely a lot steeper than in training, but felt confident and was able to make it across safely.
To my eye, Nick, watching you at the Grand Canyon and then watching you here, you had a confidence here almost immediately when you stepped on the wire. Am I reading that right?
You absolutely are. A lot of work has gone into that. After the Grand Canyon, not that I wasn't prepared for the Grand Canyon, but I learned, you better train 5 times as hard because you need to be more confident. There were times in that Grand Canyon walk where I was like, holy cow, am I going to have to go down and grab this wire? Never did I think I was going to fall to the ground, but it's not comfortable to hold on to the wire 15, 20, however long I have to hold on until my rescue guys get to me. So, but yeah, there's definitely a lot more training that went into this, and I did. I felt confident, I felt ready, and it was really all about, from day one, it's about Mother Nature. Here we are in this beautiful city of Chicago, and we know that it's called the Windy City. There's 2 meanings to that. We know it could be politics, could be weather. However, there are strong crosswinds, and that's the intimidation factor for me of making that incline walk.
Nick, here's a view you didn't see, actually.
Yeah.
We were looking right there. That was the blindfold walk, the view down. What are you feeling as you walk across?
I'm feeling the wire with my feet, literally,
right.
But trying to just stay calm and focus on that next step. There is no time for fear to enter into your mind. You have to be, I knew I had to be very overtrained for this and be prepared. And in training, I actually walked backwards. Matter of fact, while I was training, my grandmother came to watch me train. My grandmother is very old school, traditional circus background. And she watched me walk across with a blindfold. Same distance, just a little bit lower. I was a lot lower, 36 feet off the ground. And she said, that's great, but kneel down, do something on the wire. That's not impressive to me. So she actually made me kneel down on the wire, and I did it. And it was out of respect for her, and also it's good for me. It was good for me to build the confidence, to know that I was able to do that. I also, in training, walked backwards blindfolded. Again, just all about building confidence to become comfortable enough to make it across.
Seems like a new part of your repertoire now. You're going to have to keep the thing going, the blindfold.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know what I'm going to do next with the blindfold, though.
When you crossed the Grand Canyon, it was a pretty solitary experience. We were out there in the middle of nowhere in nature. Here you get across, and we just heard from the city of Chicago there were at least 65,000 people right beneath you, cheering and screaming, and clearly you could hear it all.
Absolutely, and that helps build confidence in me. There's something about having a crowd around me, and I think it just has to do with the fact that for 200 years, we've been entertaining audiences around the world as a family, and I am comfortable in front of a live audience. I absolutely live for that, and hearing their applause builds confidence in me to make it from one side to the other.